Hi, my caregivers. How are you today? I thought I would share something new for a change. It may not be so new, but I'm just going to remind you and encourage you to think about next steps. That's where I'm going with this. I've been a caregiver for my mom for over 20 years, and for those that don't know, I now have her in a very wonderful rehab center, nursing and rehab center, and the staff is phenomenal. The care, in my opinion, is very, very good. Very, very good. And as I reminded everybody before, and I'm going to remind you again, if you don't have to put your loved ones in a nursing home or an assisted living, kudos to you. But for those that have to do that, and for those that may have to do that, I also recommended that you take this opportunity now before you absolutely have to do it, and just go around and examine and experience and check out those facilities that are near you. I mean, when all these things happened to me, nursing homes, assisted livings, all those places were right around the corner from me, but I never thought about it much, except there was one that was being built, and my mom was still living with me, and every time we passed it on the way to her doctor appointments, she would always comment on how the progression was going. And I said, oh yeah, they are really they're coming along quite well. I said, just imagine, Mom, if you ever needed to be at an assisted living, you will be right around the corner from me. And it would make life so much easier for both of us. You know, we laughed about it and joked about it, and we went on about our business. That was like about 4 years ago, when they first started building this assisted living around the corner from me. Lo and behold, here it is, 4 years later, and I needed to have one of those facilities for my mom, one of those places for mom. What do they call it? A home for mom. Well, lo and behold, again, I started to do my research, but it was too late because now I was in a rush. I was at the point where my mom had a need for care right away, and I could not allow her back in my home. Unsafe discharge was my mantra going forward. I could not allow mom to come back into my home because she had been diagnosed with dementia, and it had progressed to a point where I couldn't handle it, and I was in fear of my own safety. And caregivers have to know that. And I love my mom, but this is brand new to me, and I'm gathering a lot of you that have dementia or Alzheimer's or any one of those situations going on with your loved ones. They're progressive diagnosis. I mean, one person may take forever to display combativeness or different issues as opposed to another person. For my mom, it was progressive. It was like certain things were going on in my home that I had to think about it and wonder, did I do that? Did I leave the refrigerator door open all night? Or did my mom do it? Did I leave the front door open? Or did my mom do it? Certain things started happening. And at the same time, to me, my mom she was still mom. She was still doing her crossword puzzles. She was still responding to her mail. She was still actively balancing her monthly banking. Everything was pretty much normal. As I look back on everything, of course, I now see where I did not connect the dots the way I should have because I was not familiar. But now that I'm on the other side, the bottom line is I had to finally really pay attention to what was going on and do what I did not want to do. I had to find a place for my mom because she could not be under my roof anymore, especially after the last round. She had flooded my home. It was a time to let her leave. And that was very hard. And it's very hard for most people, So I say all that to say my mom is in a very happy space right now. And to the glory of God, my mom is lucid. I have to say she is lucid. They have stabilized her. Whatever the combination of meds that they gave my mom, and I have a list of it. And I'm not one for meds, but when you need meds, you need meds. You have to come to that realization as well. I tried all kind of natural remedies, including my famous okra water that people laugh at me about. But certain things you have to learn to let go. This was something I had to learn, and I'm still learning to let go and to realize that even though I love my loved one, my mom, I also love me. And after a while, you have to understand that if you neglect yourself, you will eventually forget yourself. Well, I'm on the other side of all that. I've asked my God that I talk to 24/7. I've asked him, okay, you got me through that episode with mom. Mom is stabilized. Now, what is my next? I've been asking God that for the last 2 years. What is my next? Well, my next is evolving as quickly as the days go and come. I've asked him about relocating to Florida, where my children are. And all of a sudden, all ducks are in a row. So I'm going to keep you posted because life is for the living. And if you have a heart's desire, which I do, what is that, Psalm 37? Where God says, if you delight yourself in the Lord, I'll give you the desires of your heart. Well, my desire was to find Janine, find myself, come alive, be alive, and enjoy my latter days greater than the rest. And I'm telling you that he's doing a move in my life right now and in the lives of my mom and my family that only he could do. He said, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. Neither has it entered into the heart of man all that God has in store for those who love him. I love God, and he is showing me how much he loves me. I can't wait to keep you posted as to where all this is going because it's rapid, and it's beautiful. Have a blessed day.